And we're rolling. Hey, everybody, it's Dave from Dave's Garage. Only I'm inside today. I'm not in the garage, obviously. I'm working in the home studio because in a previous message, I think I relayed how my laziness about playing loud music bugged one of the neighbors, and she finally called the noise police. Noise police shut us down, so I've moved indoors, and it doesn't mean we'll not go back to the garage, but a lot has been happening since then. So welcome back. Been a while since I've had time to make a new YouTube video. Sorry about that. I'll try to be a little bit more punctual. A lot of things going on, though. I'll tell you, a lot of things going on. First of all, I teach people how to play the saxophone. If you're new to my channel and you really want to dive deep into any of the subjects that we're going to talk about today, for example, let's do a private lesson. We can do them if you're in the La Mesa area, La Mesa, which is a suburb of San Diego, California. If not, we can Zoom, right? And we can Zoom and pretty much anywhere on the planet Earth that has good Wi-Fi. So anyway, welcome back. Sorry for the long delay. The High Tones, a really good roots rock and roll band, is reforming, and they've asked me to be the sax player. So I'm going to try out for that position with my alto sax. I think I've mentioned before that I had a wrist injury. Turns out I broke my wrist at some point. I have no recollection of how I did that or when I did that, but it's some kind of an old stress fracture that's healed over, and it's causing osteoarthritis, which is painful. Let's not get into that. But it makes it really hard to hold the tenor sax. I mean, I'm in like big pain to hold the tenor sax. So I've been working out on the alto sax here. This is a Con 6M. It's in awesome friggin' shape. It's a really cool alto sax if you're going to play an alto sax. Built in 1936. What's that make it? 85 years old, something like that. And it's really, really cool. A little bit smaller. This is, I think they say, the first of the modern alto saxes. And meaning that it has, pretty much all the key work that, horns to come would have. And I'd like to talk about the process of switching over from tenor sax. I've been playing tenor sax for the last 10 years. I haven't even owned an alto till recently. To relearning how to play on an alto sax. Two different universes, two different horns. One saxophone is all saxophone. The fingering is not any different, but the sound is different, the ethic is different, what the horn does is different, how you play it is different, and it's not as easy as the tenor sax. So I think that's going to be, down the road. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So the high tones, right? Action Andy and the high tones. We're going to get together Sunday, not in my garage, and we're going to try out the alto sax and see if it fits in with the cool old R&B roots, rock and roll that the band's doing. If not, I may have to brace my arm up somehow and play tenor, but I'll let you know how it goes. One of you kindly suggested that the horn would sound better with an alto sax reed. Oddly enough, I've been using tenor sax reeds, and I kind of like the deeper sound, but I got an alto sax reed on here, and I've got a fiber cell reed. That's a 100% synthetic reed, fiber cell. And it's got kind of a good sound. It's brighter, it's punchier. It also, to my ear, sounds pretty synthetic. So I'm going to play some stuff for you a little bit later on. And I'd love to hear your comments, okay? So once again, coming to you from in the house. Dogs are laying down here. Maybe they'll be quiet until we get through this session today. And what I wanted to talk about was, two things that I work on that really help my improvising. And I do this every day. And I think that if, those among you who are emerging improvisers, whether you're doing, jazz or gospel or rhythm and blues, funk, soul, whatever it is, do these every day for a couple of minutes. I mean, you can't do them all day, right? But, hit these every day that you have time to spend with your horn, okay? And I want to hear back from you as, to how you're doing with this stuff. And I learned this, and everything that I present to you, I learned from somebody else along the long road that I've had playing the saxophone. I've had the benefit of lessons with people that you didn't get to have lessons with, or I've been in bands with amazing mentors that you didn't get a chance. So the things that I learned, I'm kind of like a sponge, and I'm filtering it back to you. So you get a metronome. You'll have one of these, right? A metronome, right? And let's just set it to like Oh heck, I turned it up. Here we go. There we go. I've got it set at 65. It's a real low bump. Let me turn it up. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, you can hear that, right? There we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to play along anything that you want. I don't care what you play. I don't care if you play nursery rhymes. I don't care if you play scales. I don't care what you do. As long as you don't train wreck on the beat, all right? It's a really simple concept. Alto takes so much air. I know. No, it's not just me. I mean, I've been playing a Barry, I've been like tenor, but the alto takes a ton of air. Nobody ever tells you when you get an alto sax that they're hard to make sound good. Okay, shut up, Dave. Really? Yes. So anyway, that's it. Get your metronome, set it at $1.20 if you want. It doesn't matter what tempo that you set it at. It just matters that you play along, and this helps you with your sense of rhythm. Rhythm is so important, and it is so important for you as a single note soloist to not get ahead of the snare drum. That's where we're going with this. No train wrecking on the metronome beat. Stay right in that pocket, okay? And do this every day for a couple of minutes. It's how I warm up. All right, now the second thing that is so helpful, and this helps you develop your sense of what's the word I'm looking for? Relative pitch. Not perfect pitch, but relative pitch. How fast can you pick out a note that you hear? How fast can you identify that on your saxophone? Can somebody sing something and you can actually play it back to them? Are you that good? No, probably not. It takes a little while to get there. Relative pitch, not perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is if I can sing a concert C, whatever. That's perfect pitch, or I can match pitch that way. But relative pitch is what you really need. You got to develop a sense of that. And the way to do that, and I do again every day, I have Spotify. I call my Google Assistant up and say, put on anybody. I don't care who it is. Arnett Cobb, Gene Ammons, Houston Person, mariachi music, whatever, bossa nova, anything. And libraries will be called up, and the songs that I have never heard will start playing over my little speaker, and I'll play along to that in the kitchen, right? And it just is so good to find and match those tones, all right? I'm not talking about transposing now. I'm just talking about, trying to fit into whatever music is playing as if you were a member of that band, okay? Now, these are key exercises that have nothing to do with developing your technique. I'm going to give you a third thing to do in 1 minute here. But I'm going to talk about, technique. If all you do is practice technique, and I'm talking scales, if that's all you do all day long, or you practice, arpeggios or blah, 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 blah. If that's all you do, your solos are going to sound like that. They're not going to sound free. They're not going to sound rhythmic. And they're certainly not going to sound, in any sense of the word, they're not going to sound as musical as they sound if you've developed your relative pitch by listening and playing along to random stuff on your radio, your turntable, I don't care, whatever it is. I put on Jimmy Smith, organ player, this morning, and I played along, to whatever was coming out, just whatever popped out. It's so good. Now, the alto sax, again, is a whole new language for me. And again, we'll talk about that another time. But the third thing now that I want to throw at you is always be recording, okay? Always be recording whatever it is you're practicing. You've got a device on your smartphone. You can make a little movie like we're making like right now. You can have a private channel on YouTube, or there are many apps you could download in which you could use to record yourself. But do that. Always be recording. Why would you do that? Well, most of us practice alone now, don't we? We don't have practice buddies. Well, some of us do, but most of us are, spending a lot of time with the woodshed alone. And it's important that you hear back what you're doing, right? Right. The recording don't lie. Now, does it? And that'll tell you what you want to work on. Fix this interval, fix that interval. Did that sound crummy? Was that in tune? Was that out of tune? Don't know. But the recording will tell you that. So always be recording. Okay, so number one, metronome. Freestyle along to any beat that you want. Or, you can download really cool drum tracks, rhythm tracks, things like that on YouTube and play along to those. And there's a vastly more organic sound and way more fun to play along to. I forgot to mention that. Thanks for reminding me. Relative pitch development by playing along to anything, any kind of music. I mean, classical music, whatever. I don't care what it is. Just play along to it and try to match as many tones as you can, as many sounds as you can. Make it, in fact, so that you fit into the music. You'll get better at it. Might be hard at first. Sure, we all suck at everything when we start. The very beginning, yeah. But it might, it'll get better the more you do it. I say give it a good 6 days, and by the 7th day, 8th day, 9th day, 10th day, you'd be like, hey, I got this. It wasn't that hard. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing a live stream, and I think I'm going to start that in October. That'd be next month. Was that like 2 weeks from now? I haven't got I'm thinking Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here. I'm thinking about going live, and I have to figure out how to do this, but I'm thinking about live streaming on YouTube. And just be an open, Q&A session. Maybe play the horn a little bit. Maybe I'll have somebody join me if I can get somebody up at 8 o'clock in the morning and join me over here to play. But I'm thinking seriously about doing some live streaming. Once again, Wednesdays beginning in October, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll help all those of you who are around the world at different time zones to, maybe just tune in. And some of you can, or in my time zone, can catch a little bit before you have to go off to work or whatever. So there's that. Again, lessons, private lessons, still doing those. And you can find out more about that at davegoodsax@gmail.com. I'd love to hear any comments that you have. Again, same place, davegoodsax@gmail.com, or post them in the comments section below. Okay, we're back. Like I said, I haven't done one of these in a while. Sorry, I'll try to be a whole lot more regular. Catch you again here in Dave's sort of intermediate garage, whatever you want to call this. All right, take care. Have a good day, and try these ideas out. And please get back to me and let me know how they work for you. All right.